Tonight, we report on when the Sheriff's Office K-9 unit will be ready and why farmers could soon be getting more water. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Plenty of Basin High School volleyball action, and a former UW basketball player signs with the Lakers. Here's a quick peek at our Weather Center forecast.
I'm meteorologist Mike Signs. The latest weather data is in. Pack your umbrellas, folks, because you will need them tomorrow. Who will see rain and just when will it arrive? I'll let you know.
I'm Amber Jenks, and we have all this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
The Grant County Sheriff's Office purchased 2 dogs to be trained for a new patrol K-9 unit. Sheriff's Office staff members selected the animals from Germany-based Alderhorst Incorporated. Each dog cost about $9,600. The cost doesn't include equipment and training. Deputies Dave De La Rosa and Garrett Fulbright are serving as the K-9 handlers. They are joining the dogs for a 2.5-month K-9 training course in Spokane starting in October. The Patrol K-9 unit is expected to be ready at the beginning of 2016. The Sheriff's Office is taking donations to purchase 2 additional dogs for the units. People can make donations through the Columbia Basin Foundation's website or by contacting the Sheriff's Office at 509-754-2011, extension 2001. A dedication ceremony for the new Boys and Girls Club facility in Moses Lake is set for Friday with a ribbon cutting and a reception. Reporter Jeff Chu has the details.
Supporters of the Boys and Girls Club of the Columbia Basin dedicate the new $3 million clubhouse on Friday. The opening ceremony begins at 4 p.m. The new clubhouse is next to Park Orchard Elementary School at 417 North Paxson Drive. The expanded clubhouse, funded through community donations, gives the club the ability to expand programs for the club's more than 300 children served. A full slate of speakers is planned for the opening. They include P.J.D. Benedetti, the club's fundraising campaign chair, and Brant Mayo, the club's chief executive officer. Other speakers scheduled are Don McGraw, Club Past President, Moses Lake School Superintendent Michelle Price, State Senator Judy Warnick, and Jim Clark, CEO of Boys and Girls Clubs of America. A ribbon-cutting ceremony is planned at 4:30 p.m. and a reception and informal tour follow. I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
A police chase in Warden reportedly reached speeds of 90 miles per hour. Prosecutors charge Armando Perez, a 25-year-old Warden resident, in Grant County Superior Court with attempting to elude a pursuing police vehicle and driving while his license was suspended in the first degree. A Warden police officer and Grant County Sheriff's deputy were reportedly trying to arrest Perez for outstanding warrants at a Road U Southeast residence. When they arrived, they allegedly found Perez standing in the front yard next to a white Toyota. When they attempted to contact the man, he allegedly got into the vehicle and fled. Warden police officers and sheriff's deputies reportedly tried to catch the Toyota as Perez drove through the city. Perez reportedly failed to stop at several stop signs, forced other drivers to the side of the road, and avoided spike stripes twice. He allegedly reached speeds of 90 miles per hour as he drove out of the city. Surface water is closer to reaching farmers presently using well water from the Odessa sub-area to irrigate crops. The East Columbia Basin Irrigation District and the U.S. Bureau of Reclamation agreed to a 40-year contract allowing the Irrigation District to manage a portion of the Columbia Basin project. The contract was one of the stumbling blocks the district was facing as it was seeking money to build systems to deliver water to roughly 87,000 acres of farmland. The district is preparing to sell roughly $16 million in bonds to build the first of 7 planned systems to deliver surface water. The surface water is replacing water from the declining Odessa sub-area aquifer. Investors were nervous the U.S. Bureau of Reclamation wouldn't renew the contract, which was initially scheduled to end in 2020. Now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be back right after this.
My name is Kat Sanderson, Managing Broker for Pillar Rock Realty Group. We love the Columbia Basin because it's our home, and we want to give back to our community by kicking off our Pay It Forward campaign. If you buy or list with us, we will donate 1% of our total proceeds to a local charity of your choice and in your name. Call us today at 754-4444 or visit pillarrockrealty.com because we are your local real estate experts.
What's white and yellow and red all over? If you said the local book telephone directory, the one with the purple sunset on the cover, then you're right. In print and online at statewideyp.com, it features up-to-date local maps, community information, and a calendar of events. With a restaurant dining guide with full local menus and a reverse directory, you're sure to find the number you're looking for. It's the best way to get the information you need. Pick up a copy of the local book today or visit statewideyp.com.
Now for your iFIBER 1 News Weather Center forecast.
This weather segment is brought to you by Barry Motors. One great place to buy and service a car. I'm meteorologist Mike Sines with a look at your weather headlines. We are going to see rain is on the way, clouds will stick around, and we will see warmer temperatures by the time the weekend rolls around. Here's a look at our almanac for us here in Ephrata. We reached a low of 41 degrees. Record high was set back in 1981 of 96 degrees. The record low back in 1965 of 38. No precip yet, and the sun will set for us right around 7:08. Our friends in Moses Lake, they reached a low of 40. Record high was set back for them in 1981 of 92. And the record low was set back in 1992 of 39 degrees. The sunset will set for them right around 7:07 p.m. Right now, when you step outside your door, we are going to see broken to partly cloudy skies and 66 degrees for the temperature. The temperature is going to drop just a little bit, and we will see an increase in showers and storms. Futurecast model showing that increase of showers and storms. High resolution here, folks. Showers, humidity is going to keep on moving in. This will cause various showers and storms to start erupting Thursday into the morning. We will start to see our first round of rain make its way in here. Some of this could be heavy at times. Have that umbrella handy all throughout the day tomorrow. Thursday, 1:30, our first have rain has moved on through. The second one's making its way inland, as you can see. And then by Thursday, 6 o'clock, they start to die down just a little bit. We're going to see the majority of the rain here now is going to continue to pushing off out towards the east and the north. By the time 10 o'clock, 10:30 rolls around, that's the way we're going to see the conditions. And then we will start to see rain clear by the time Friday comes around. Thursday, temperatures 71 degrees in Yakima, upper 60s in towards the coastal regions. And look at the inland northwest. They're seeing highs only in the upper 50s, cooler for them. And as we take a look closer into our region, the Columbia Basin, 67 for us here in Ephrata, 69 out towards Moses Lake, Royal City 70, and up towards Bridport into the 68. Moses Lake, showers and storms right around 1:30. Now, this is a projected forecast. Have your umbrella with you all day because these showers are going to start from the west, make their way eastward. As they do so, a pop-up shower could pop up at any time, really. So before you head out to school, kids and parents, don't forget those umbrellas before you head out the door tomorrow. Here's a look at your forecast for tomorrow. Calling for a 40% chance of showers and storms Thursday. These will taper off and leave us with broken clouds, sunny skies Friday. Really nice by the time the weekend rolls around. Saturday, broken clouds, 78. Sunday, 83 for the high. And then Monday, 75.
Paying your Grant PUD bill with ePay is like getting free cuts in line. You pay when you want, how you want. Get free cuts in line with Grant PUD ePay. Visit grantpud.org.
Oh, dude, I'm just in the theater. It's totally cool.
Ah.
It's easy to buy insurance and forget about it. But the more you learn about your coverage, the more gaps you may find. Like how you thought you were covered for this.
It's a profound statement.
But you're not even covered for this.
It's a profound statement.
Or how you may be covered for this, but not for something like this. Talk to farmers and see what gaps could be hiding in your coverage.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Basin volleyball action had the Eisenhower Cadets take down the Moses Lake Chiefs in 3 straight sets in Big 9 League play last night. Eisenhower took the first set 25-13, the second 25-16, and the third 25-14. Jesse Sidney had 16 kills for the Cadets, while Peyton Calhoun had 10 kills and 7 aces. The Chiefs fall to 0-2 with the loss. Moses Lake is back in action tomorrow on the road at Sunnyside. In CWAC action, it was East Valley getting the best of the Ephrata Tigers in a non-league match. The Red Devils won in 3 straight sets, 25-10, 25-18, and 25-9. Shelby Schreier recorded 13 kills, 14 digs, and 4 blocks for East Valley, while Callie Willette collected 18 digs and 3 aces. The Tigers traveled to Ellensburg to match up with the Bulldogs on Thursday. Former University of Washington basketball center Robert Upshaw has signed a multi-year contract with the Los Angeles Lakers. The 7-footer signed a 2-year deal and will make $525,000 greenbacks if he remains on an NBA roster for the 2015-16 season. However, only $35,000 is guaranteed. Upshaw set a school record with 85 blocks in 19 games for the Huskies. He averaged 11 points, 8 rebounds, and 4.5 blocks per game. Upshaw was dismissed from the University of Washington during the season for a violation of team rules. David Murphy and Mike Trout launched home runs off King Felix, and that was all the offense the Angels needed in a 4-3 victory over Seattle. Nelson Cruz crushed a solo homer in the first inning, his 42nd of the season. Down 4-3 in the 7th, the Mariners made it a 1-run game when Franklin Gutierrez launched a ball over the left field fence. It was Goody's 13th homer of the season. The M's put a runner on base in both the 8th and 9th inning, but couldn't come up with the tying run. Joe Smith picked up the save for the Angels, allowing 1 hit with 3 strikeouts. The Angels and M's are back at it tonight with Hisashi Iwakuma getting the start. Well, another week and still no Cam Chancellor. NFL Network's Ian Rappaport is reporting Cam will not play against the Packers Sunday night. Skipping the Green Bay game could increase Cam's fines to more than $2 million. Every game the big safety misses could cost him upwards of $267,000 big ones. The NFL Network has reported Chancellor wants $4 million of his 2017 base salary shifted to 2016. The Hawks have countered with $3.1 million. Deion Bailey is expected to start again in place of Chancellor Sunday night at Lambeau Field. We'll be back after this short break.
You don't have to drive to Seattle for exceptional cancer care. Confluence Health's cancer program delivers world-class care close to home. We have a highly experienced oncology team in a state-of-the-art facility, and we're a member of the Seattle Cancer Care Alliance, which gives our patients access to world-renowned therapies developed at Fred Hutchinson, the University of Washington Medicine, and Seattle Children's. Together with the SCCA, we're delivering world-class cancer care close to home.
Our spotlight story tonight is about how an Ephrata area resident is trying to solve a problem with deer on his property. Reporter Jeff Chu has the story.
That's the eerie sound of a deer distress call over loudspeakers. It's orchardist Jeff Pheasant's latest weapon against the growing deer populations that by night nibble down his newly planted cherry trees by the thousands at Pheasant Orchards.
It used to be, oh, look at the deer, that's so cute. And to me now they're just like big rats.
Pheasant said it wasn't always like that.
Back growing up, you know, when we'd see a deer, it's like, oh wow, a deer, you know. You'd see one once in a while, every few winters one would come in. But it seems like lately it's been getting worse and worse and worse. The deer come down off the hill and now they stay and they don't leave. I've had up to 200 head in my orchard one winter.
The trees look like this when they are supposed to look more like this. That's why the Pheasant family resorted to install the solar-powered deer deterrent system around the new orchard in hopes that it will keep out destructive young bucks and does. Pheasant's immediate advice to neighbors in Ephrata is, don't feed the deer, which only makes them more domesticated. The Pheasant family has grown apples, pears, and cherries in miles of orchards near Ephrata for decades. Pheasant, who has been managing Pheasant Orchards since 1998, says the family has never seen so much damage to their cherry orchard. The orchard is located off Martin Road, west of Ephrata's Oasis Park in the Beasley foothills.
Most of these bucks, if not all, are not able to be hunted because they're not going to have enough spikes or not going to be mature enough. So then what I'm supposed to have these deers mature from another year in my orchards and do more damage while I'm waiting for these deer to get so somebody can pay their tag and take out a deer as their hobby.
Building a deer fence around the orchard would be cost prohibitive, if not impossible, according to Pheasant. Pheasant says it might not even work.
Putting a deer fence on 500 acres with canals going through, roads going through, houses in there is not a small task.
Pheasant tried using lavender-scented clothes dryer sheets as a deterrent, but rain and irrigation washed the scent away. So control through the sounds of a mule deer in distress is his latest experiment.
I use it for birds for years in my cherries with speakers and distress calls for birds. And the same company, Bird Guard, had speakers for deer.
At this point, he's uncertain whether the trees will survive the winter and grow in their stunted state. Right now, it's apple harvest time at Pheasant Orchards, where pickers are busy climbing ladders and plucking the sweet fruit. The fruits of his labor seem to stabilize Pheasant's stress level somewhat, and he still has a sense of humor despite the deer problem.
My nephews should sound like that.
I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
We'll be right back after this.
Quincy Foods, LLC, a subsidiary of Norpac Foods, is seeking motivated individuals to fill the positions of general laborer for their corn harvest season. They have full-time seasonal openings, must be 18 years old and older, willing to work swing shift. Great people to work for in a challenging food processing environment. Apply at 222 Columbia Way in Quincy between 8 and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, or online through WorkSource. Quincy Foods is an equal opportunity employer.
At Moses Lake Community Health Center, we have had the privilege to serve the local communities since 1978.
What I like about working at this clinic more than any other clinic that I've worked at is the patient care. With the patient care team that we've assembled, it allows us to take care of as many facets of the patient and their family's needs.
Please take the opportunity to experience the high-quality care provided at our clinics.
Welcome back. A man was sentenced to 45 days in jail after he ignited his glove when he was trying to steal gas. Yevgeny Yevprintsev, a 21-year-old Moses Lake resident, pleaded guilty in Grant County Superior Court to taking a motor vehicle without permission in the second degree, theft in the second degree, reckless burning in the second degree, and criminal trespassing in the second degree. Prosecutors dropped 2 counts of residential burglary as part of a plea agreement. The suspect was trying to steal gas from a home in the 600 block of Torrey Pines Drive when he lit a cigarette and set the glove he was wearing on fire. He went inside the building and a witness contacted police. He put the glove out in an empty box and escaped through a back door. He broke into 2 vehicles after fleeing from officers and stole money, CDs, 2 cameras, and ammunition. Officers arrested the man in a Meadowview Drive backyard after a foot chase. Moses Lake School Board members supported a state Supreme Court decision mandating more funding for education. The school board passed a resolution supporting the Supreme Court's decision in McCleary versus State of Washington and urging the state legislature to comply. The court ordered the state legislature to make education to be the state's first priority for funding. Legislatures increased funding for education, but failed to provide the justice a plan for meeting the court's requirements. As a result, the justices found the legislator in contempt of court and began fining it $100,000 a day. The Washington State School Directors Association and Washington Association of School Administrators recommended districts across the state adopt the resolution to send a message to the legislator that their work is not finished. In Northwest news, Seattle teachers have ended their strike after reaching a tentative deal with the school district and plan to open the schools on Thursday for 53,000 Seattle students. Cairo's Henny Rosoff has the story.
9-year-old Asher Ravona is more than ready.
I have my water bottle, which is a Hydro Flask,
to begin 3rd grade this Thursday.
I'm really excited. I really want to get back.
Tonight, teachers voted to end the strike and take a full vote on a new deal this weekend.
I think there was some great wins. We didn't get everything we want, but the bargaining team did an excellent job.
On the way out of their meeting tonight, many educators shared details of their new contract. They'll get a 9.5% increase to their base salaries during the next 3 years. The school day will get 20 minutes longer during the 2017-2018 school year. There will be more guaranteed recess for students, and there will also be new limits on how many students special education staffers are responsible for.
There is something for everybody. This is one of the best agreements I've seen since I've been in Seattle, 20 years.
But not all teachers are happy with the deal. Some were hoping the pay increase would be a bit higher.
We have gotten an incredible contract that does a lot for the kids. However, we need to take care of ourselves as well.
I usually have a folder and homework goes in my folder.
Asher just hopes teachers got most of what they wanted and he won't be dealing with a strike like this again.
I like to learn and I like school, I like recess, I like lunch. Probably my favorite thing is PE and recess.
Protesters intent on saving several large trees in Portland are upping the ante. And the man who pushed the city to start its new city tree code in Portland says it's not being properly implemented. For CNN, Chris Woodward has the details.
What's the point of it? Well, it looks like it's meaningless, doesn't it?
Greg Shifsky has seen enough.
The city is making choices, and I feel that they're poor choices.
The retired landscaper and gardener worked with others for years to get the city of Portland to implement a new tree code with some protections for trees on both public and private property. But after witnessing cutting and 2 protests,
I mean, this is Portland. We love our trees.
Neighbors trying to save trees just this week.
It's simply an example of a bad process running into neighborhood outrage.
Shifsky is speaking out to us.
Sounds like this isn't what you envisioned.
No, it's not. So I'm really disappointed, but I'm also insulted because it took a lot of my own personal effort plus the others that were behind the original push to get a new title.
These are the new rules, 102 pages of them that took effect in January. I found rules like this one saying developers must keep 1/3 of the large trees on a lot or pay a fee. Shifsky believes in only 8 months of practice, it has already become too easy for developers to get rid of trees because that fee is not enough. I found out the fee is $1,200 per tree.
There was some fairly good language in Title 11 that protected a tree according to its species and its size. And I just see it being circumvented.
That's going to do it for us here at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.